What's up, agents, and welcome back to a weird and wonderful Division build video. I am at Federal Emergency Bunker, and with Foundry Bulwark getting a buff and the fact that our expertise level is now so high, I really wanted to try out a skill that nobody ever uses. I don't think I can't remember the last time I saw somebody use it. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the channel, and let's get straight into it. So the skill in question that I'm talking about is the Deflector shield. I haven't used it in such a long time. I even forgot that you were limited to using pistols with this thing. So I dug out the Regulus and I thought, let's give this a go. And I got some pretty surprising results, because obviously Foundry Bulwark is actually pretty good. So I thought, can we really, you know, put something half decent together with all the damage that we've got in the game now? And it turns out the answer is, well, yeah, for fun, yeah, why not? I've got to be able to hit heads, you know, that'll be a start. But what's really funny is that they really do just kill themselves. And I haven't got this shield pepped up, you know what I mean? I've not got it, it's like level 12. So the active regeneration on it could be way, way higher. And that's what's really crazy about it. And I think he just one-shot himself. I just think it's pretty crazy that it's obviously going to get to the point where the active generation is going to be so good on it. And damage with the pistol is going to be so high that they're not going to be able to touch us. We'll let this guy kill himself. He's been shooting at me for a while now. As you can see, my health, my armor, it just regens quicker than he can really kill me. He's an elite. Now, I know I'm solo, and you know, this is going to be very likely a different story if you're on 4-player scaling. I don't know if he's really bad at aiming or if the shield's just not deflecting. Let's get to the next area and then we can show you again. But yeah, for a bit of fun, if you wanted to try it out, then this is definitely what I've been looking at with this. Because we always know that the deflector's been rubbish, right? Previously, it's never been really good. It's not been up to scratch, but it can have 25% active regeneration now, just by expertise. Then you can add active regeneration mods to it and get it to over 30, which is pretty crazy. Then we've got Foundry Bulwark. That Bulwark got a buff, and that provides generation as well, and shield health. So all of a sudden we've got a pretty crazy combination of a tank kind of, oh god, please stay away from me, hybrid that, you know, nobody really asked for, but actually might work pretty well. Try and get some heads here. Rid of this guy. Are you gonna ruin my video, mister? No. The thing is, we're kind of we are a tank, you know, so. And I feel like I'm being hugged by Morozova all over again. Right, thank you. Let me go and kill some of your friends now. Well, let's just let these guys have a bit of a go. So we killed that red bar there. I'm gonna kill the purple. And don't forget, like, you would just be doing this damage normally. Like, you know, it's just extra damage, right? So I'm with my pistol, just doing my thing. I reloaded, and I didn't have to fire another shot. He just died while I was reloading. It's not really about being able to do more damage. It's just that I can do damage while I'm reloading. I can do damage while I'm moving around. I can do all bits of extra damage while they're shooting at me. Alright, so we're at the back of the base of operations. Here is the wild build. Now, it's wild, right? It's absolutely I went down an absolute rabbit hole with this. I really wanted to do a build for this thing, and then this is where I ended up. And I could have ended up in a million other places, but this is the build that just kind of worked. So obviously we want this thing to be as powerful as it possibly can be, right? And for that to be a thing, it needs to be skill tier 6, right? So the active regeneration for it is 60%, 250% shield health, 40% holster regeneration, and 60% extra deflector damage. So that's kind of where you want to be for that. Mod wise, I got in active regeneration as well. I've got some shield health and I got some deflector damage. It looks really cool, by the way, as well. Like, I think it's really, really cool looking. I did pump my expertise up to level 12, and I think that this really could actually become useful. You know, if you get it to 25, like, I think the fact that it's just so underpowered, and the fact that no expertise allows us to become overpowered, it actually brings it into the limelight that actually says, actually, if this had had a 25% boost a long time ago, a bit of a buff, we might actually be using this in actual builds, you know, not necessarily just weird things that I'm doing here today, but if it got a 25% buff, you know, in some of these categories, then maybe we would actually just be using it. Maybe it would be a day-to-day. We wouldn't just be using the striker shield or whatever. So this kind of, I'm stretching, you know, what I'm doing here, but it kind of proves a point that if the devs ever did watch this video, that actually we're only using it now because we are overpowered in the game, and if it got a little buff anyway, it might actually become relevant. So because we're using technician, we're going to use the artificial hive, basically just to give some, you know, some extra skill efficiency to the shield, basically, you know, heal it and make it last for longer, because that's what it's all about, right? The survivability. If we've not got the shield up, it's not deflecting damage, and then it's just completely worthless. To get this to the tier 6, you can see I've got a mix and match, because remember, yellow and blue do count towards it. So we've got one yellow here, we've got a yellow and a blue from the Ninja Bike backpack, and then we've got 3 blues here from the Foundry Bulwark, taking us all the way up to level 6. The reason I went with 3 Foundry Bulwark and the Ninja Bike is I really wanted to get as much damage into this as well to support my Regulus. Now, if you've not got a Regulus, a Liberty might work really well here as well. A D50 with Determined perhaps could work pretty well here as well. I've not tested that out, but maybe worth a try. If you have, let me know in the comments down below. But Punch Drunk for the high end here, because we got pistol damage. We're getting the stability, which, you know, if you're bad at aiming, this might help. You know, it helps me somewhat. We've got weapon damage, headshot damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage in the mod slot. Now, I went with the Chain Killer for this because we get weapon damage and damage to armor, and obviously I wanted perfect Headhunter. Now, usually I would sing my praises for my perfect, you know, hard to get Unicorn, the HG chest piece, but the second piece bonus on this is marksman rifle damage, which plays no account into this whatsoever. So the Chain Killer was definitely the better go-to here. We also going to get the buff to maximum damage, because we're going to have over 150% headshot damage, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. But headshot damage, weapon handling, and headshot damage is what I went for with the Chain Killer. Just put a headshot mod into your Ninja Bike backpack, unlike me, that for some reason has got a chance mod in. That's absolutely not correct. I don't know why I've done that. Made a mistake. So the damage numbers will actually be slightly higher if you test out than the ones you saw me getting just before. And then you can craft all 3 of these as long as you've got the patterns unlocked. Foundry Bulwark, and you want headshot damage. I didn't optimize it yet because I didn't know if this was actually going to be worth making a video, but it is kind of fun solo, you know, so I thought, you know what, let's make a video. So with the Foundry Bulwark, we get 10% total armor, we get armor regen, we get the shield health, and really what makes this is the makeshift repairs. Whenever you or your shield take damage, 25% of that amount is repaired to both over 10 seconds. And when we've got so many armor cores in here, it just, you know, the shield just repairs itself really, really quickly. So we've got armor and headshot damage, and that's the same across all 3, armor and headshot, and then armor and headshot. And obviously it counts towards the 4-piece bonus because we're using the ninja bike backpack. I totally forgot that we couldn't use anything but a pistol with that shield. That's why I had the mechanical animal on. I was really hoping that I could overcharge the shield, but that wasn't to be the case. But this was really how much damage I could kind of keep in the build still. You know, it's all about having headshot damage in the build for the chain killer and for the perfect headhunter. And this just kind of just works. Like, I think solo, I think, you know, duo, you'll probably be alright. I think you might struggle with anything more than that. This is a fun build. You can see here I got 210% headshot damage with my Regulus. My Regulus is eyeballed up. It's got damage to target out of cover on it. It is expertise level 25. So it is, you know, it is a bit of a beast. But yeah, this was just a bit of fun. I wasn't sure if I was going to make the video, but actually it's turned out to be alright. And it is funny, like you saw in the video, to watch shotgunners or other enemies shoot you and them just die, you know, just get one shot and one shot themselves. So it's a pretty cool feeling. And I think, you know, if someone takes the time to put this up to, you know, you've got some spare materials, if you want to put this up to 25%, and I think you'll probably do all right. You know, if you've got full armored pieces here on the foundry, I think that this for a solo play actually could be pretty fun. And I would be really interested to know in the comments down below if you've got a different variation of this that might work out, because yeah, I think it could be actually be pretty crazy. That's going to be it for the video. Thank you for watching the weird and wonderful build, and yeah, don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, and consider joining the channel. And I can't wait to see the comments down below. Thanks for watching, agents. Goodbye.